All right, call the meeting to order at 5:03. The minutes, John had one correction, spelling of Mr. Andrunas's name,
Okay.
so motion.
Motion made to accept the minutes with that one correction of that, whatever meeting was, November.
Meeting November 18th, I'll second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Warrants, abatement, and refunds assigned. We're not gonna have Taylor and Howard come in, so we'll just go through with whatever you have. You can tell us as we go down
Yep.
the list. Nothing on 0 Matfield Street. Which brings us to stations 1, 2, and 4.
So they're soliciting qualification bids right now. I forget, it's supposed to end pretty soon. So I know they've been coming in because somehow I got CC'd on them and I thought they were sending it to the wrong spot. So I kept emailing.
On the actual quals packages?
Yeah. So I kept sending them back to them and forwarding it to where it was supposed to go. And then finally one of them said, no, somewhere in the thing it says to CCU. I'm like, okay, then I stopped sending them. But there's been a lot of interest, so
Well, that's good. Maybe if the timing's right, the prices will come.
yeah, might come down.
You just need the front page on this one side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Station 3.
Station 3, the foundation's up. Today they were working to put in the under, piping and stuff, and there's a sub pad, I forget how that goes, but there's a sub pad or something that goes in before they pour the floor. So I know they're working on that, so they're basically working inside the foundation right now.
With all the underground piping and.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot of valve, I remember James saying there was a lot of valves, so no matter what we had to do with filters in there, we could pretty much do anything, so there's probably a lot of electrical conduit gonna go in there.
Well, hopefully they get everything in and get at least buttoned up to where they can.
Yeah, we're gonna be in a cold snap for a while, so hopefully it turns the other way.
Okay.
And they wrapped the foundation in plastic anyways when they poured it last time.
Really been having any issues as far as on the site and the way they're not blocking the.
No, they haven't blocked anybody, they're pretty much staying, they see the Vector trucks come in, so they know to stay out of the way. I forget when the building steel was gonna come, but if they don't do something with the dirt, there might not be any place for the building steel. Because they've got some big piles of dirt.
It's gotta haul out eventually, right?
Yeah,
That's not.
Oh, they're removing it.
yeah, because not all of it will go back in.
But so far, no issues, everything's been.
No, they've been easy to work with.
Do we have anything new on the PFAS testing in that vessel?
I have not gotten back the last month's results yet.
Okay.
Maybe by next meeting they'll be back, or in between.
And we haven't heard anything back from the media supplier?
No, they haven't said anything about backwashing. I'm waiting, maybe I'll tickle him and say, give him a shove and say what, should we backwash it? Well, no, because if the numbers climbed a little, then
Then you need the backwash.
we need to backwash it out.
But still, it'd be be better to have them give us a little more direction on exactly what.
Right, I
Should
don't
be
want it,
being
because
done.
when he was trying the high flow backwash, when the media was loaded, that's when it started spewing out all over the driveway. I'm like, all right, that's the media coming out.
Yeah.
It's expensive media, we don't want to be
Yeah.
wasting it.
Well, I'm gonna have my sample baggie wherever it went.
But now we're on just back to regular testing on that one,
Yep,
so.
yeah, because we're under the 10, so
Yep.
as long as it stays there, we'll be good. Might be able to save some money.
Well, it's ridiculous with $600 a sample plus
Yeah.
that, and that doesn't include the time doing it, shipping the stuff off,
Right.
everything else. Did you get a chance to go out and look at that Walnut Street
I was
tank?
gonna do it, DEP sent me the second set of UMCR samples. There's no indication they were coming, I just came in on Monday and the things were all sitting there. So that's what today, literally, all I did was pull samples all day. I'll get to it after this, I'll go down tomorrow and see Bonnie's about renting a thing.
Okay. But I mean, nothing's ever gotten worse, it's just been,
No, it's the same steady
Yeah.
drip.
Same drip.
But I know they're gonna be blacktopping South Street and South Elm tomorrow. Hopefully you got a detail.
those are the ones that we had from the
They're
last meeting.
open, yeah, and they kept degrading. So on Friday, we put recycled asphalt into the one on South Street because it kept coming out. And that was good because it rained and it held. Of course, now they're gonna have fun trying to dig that out.
No, well, at least they'll have a better base for it, and it'll, at least
Yeah.
it stays, so,
Right.
instead of it getting wrecked. Anything else for the construction stuff that needed to get, all the connections get made for Lincoln Street?
Pictures, I forgot to grab the pictures for something else he just talked about though.
So where is that building getting water now? Is it getting from the 12-inch from South Elm, or is it,
Yeah, that.
or is it still getting off the 4-inch?
Brendan was in the, alright, why did it do that escape, alright. Brendan was in the plant when so we gave them, we turned on the water so they could just flush out the fire pump line, not turn it on.
Yeah.
And at that, it sucked down the pressures out of the plant. So when they asked to run the fire pump, I'm gonna put pressure gauges out in the system, 2 places where I wanna see what happens.
Yep.
I'll have to call him tomorrow and ask him what he thinks it is. If I have time, I'll order some more pressure gauges so we can do multiple spots. But should the building go up in flames, it's probably gonna run havoc with our system. We may have to shut Manly down so we don't suck it out of it and let the other
Yeah,
pumps take it.
because it's pulling, and it's pulling right past it, so it's not getting out of the tank, it's pulling straight out of Manley Street.
Right, yep, yeah, when he saw the pressures drop, that means the system went negative. And that was just flushing the line, which was kind of comical. He had it going into a storm drain. It's a big hose, and when he opened it up wide, the thing came flying up, and there were workers there. The thing started whipping all over the place. I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm way over here.
No, they're kicking a bunch of water through, so.
Yeah,
But might have been pulling more than the zone would have pulled for their fire.
yeah.
Because the fire pump's still only gonna do, there's gotta be, what, a bunch of zones in that
There
building?
are 10 zones. I'll show you the picture in a minute. I mean, it looks nice, but...
But it's still empty.
Right. Well, I don't know whether they're dry zones or wet zones. That'll be, I didn't ask them. Sometimes they're nitrogen charged, waiting to be sent off. But I brought Deborah out on this night when they did this tie-in so that she could ping everything that happened there. Future things, where you see the valves off there in the side, we might request that they put in entire sticks, not pieces.
You go a full 20-foot.
Yep, and then dig back till they find the next coupling to make sure that we're not 3 inches short of a coupling. We were lucky the couplings were all right there, or hubs, because these are the lead and oakum. This pipe, West Center Street, is all lead and oakum joints.
Wow.
Which hold, that the part of what makes them work is the fact that they're stubbed into each other and pressed and moved on. Well, now we've got openings. They did a really good job of keeping it tight, and you see giant thrust blocks.
Yeah.
Oh, so when they cut the T in on,
Yeah, the T
Is that
you
what we're
see
looking
up
at
there,
right now?
that's Crescent Street.
that's Crescent Street up there.
Yep. And this is when you see it zigzagging
Yeah.
down here, that's the new main lining coming up from
Okay.
West Street.
All right.
It literally took all night.
It's good-sized thrust blocks, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't mess around. Where he's standing, they're actually shoving the thrust block, that's the old, you can't see through him, but
Yeah.
there's a cap on the old 6-inch main there, which is now cut off on the other end anyways, and it's capped. So
You're happy
eventually they
with
went
the
back
work?
and took out that piece of 2-inch steel that was waiting to fall apart. So it all worked out, it took literally all night for them to do this. And the Honeydew girls were a little upset.
Were they shut off that whole time?
They were shut off probably until almost 6.
Yeah.
And then, we were lucky, we forced everything up and down Crescent Street because there was a hydrant right there at High Street. So we pushed everything there to push out the air. The next day there was some air present and they were complaining a bit.
How about discoloration, any of that?
No, there's no real dirt, just that air, because when it's concentrated like that, it looks like, well, it's white, it's foamy.
Yeah.
But then as you wash it, it's almost like effervescence. You can see it come right up and out.
Nice, good job.
But it all went well. Let's see, what got the other. Alright, that's that one. I think that one, still small. That's him just standing there trying to get that thrust block in place. Alright, close that. Now the boiler room. Yep, cancel. No, it's already open. Yeah, there were 10 zones there. I saw, when I originally was in there, I saw it said 10 zones on the drawings. But I just figured the fire pump was the 10th zone sending in. It wasn't. There were literally 10 zones with the fire pump feeding them.
Do you notice what the fire pump's rated at?
I did not see the fire pump and what it was rated at. But that line is now open, all except it's not open right where his contractor's trailer is. I didn't have time Friday to get all the air out, and it didn't really matter because we're gonna have to close that valve when they eventually test that pump. That's why I gotta speak with him and see when he feels they're gonna be ready. They were still pulling wires and stuff, so I don't think they're ready to run the pump yet.
They gotta clear that through the fire department has to witness that test, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because that gives him his final, can't get occupancy, but he gets certificate of completion.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
There's no plumbing in that building.
And that must be the hot water, I'm not sure what that is, but. Yeah,
Storage tank maybe?
Yeah. It's not hot water.
yeah, it could be surge,
What's the fuel for the, is that the fuel for the generator? Is it generator gas or is it oil?
could be, yeah, I
I
didn't.
think
look
it's
on-
oil. It looks like it's oil.
It's got big pipes going out.
I think it is, I don't remember any gas at,
There is gas on the street.
no, I'm just saying there's gas for the building, but I don't think there's any dedicated gas line for the generator, for the fire pump.
Alright,
I'm gonna say that's the fuel for the generator, for the fire pump.
it could be because it's got
It is.
containment around it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but we don't know at this point when that thing's gonna be ready to,
No,
Move forward.
I'll call him tomorrow and ask him.
I gotta do an inspection tomorrow. I'll see what information I can get out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, because literally it's a wide open building.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, they're finishing up
100,000
their
square feet.
landscaping and whatever else, they're pretty much done.
yeah. Yeah, it's something you drive by. It's a lot bigger than it looked on those little
Yeah,
renderings they were showing
Yeah.
at town meeting and whatnot.
Take a look on the inside, from one corner to the next, it's 1,000 feet long.
Yeah.
yeah, he still doesn't have a tenant yet. He almost
Yeah.
had one, but it wasn't, I guess the intersection was gonna be done in time, so they walked away. He shouldn't have any problem, like literally, he's right on the clover leaf. I can't see them having any problems renting it out.
No, it's be a little tough getting in and out of it. Would they, any idea on schedule for the lights and stuff that are supposed to go there? At the intersection?
So they're walking away for the winter now. I think they're pretty much done. So what you see, they're waiting on National Grid who is setting poles. That's why we gave up on our construction, because they're gonna keep grabbing the details.
Okay.
And the town probably made an agreement that they'd supply, so they're supplying them instead of us. Which is fine, it kinda got cold out.
Yeah.
And some people fight to get down in the hole because the
Yeah.
hole's warmer than the up top.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be, won't have any issues when they do the fire pump and whatnot. We'll be
Right.
able to get that thing off our plate and get those guys out of there.
And the other 3 warehouses in town, the 2 on United and the one there off of
Manley Street?
Crescent, right there by the highway, that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I haven't seen much happening in the planning board, they keep canceling.
No quorum?
Well, no, they keep them themselves,
Oh,
they
they-
keep canceling. I think they're hoping to find somebody interested so that they build to suit, not speculate.
And you get that one stove, they got the signs up for it, and they're right on West Street too.
Yeah, I see that, and there's a whole subdivision of piping in there that was never inspected, never anything, so I don't know what's in the ground there, but.
Off of West Street?
Yep, yeah,
From what, 30 years ago?
yeah, all the way
Might-
back.
Might have been a little more, even longer than that.
When the runway was installed? The
Yeah.
roadway?
Yep, yeah, if he had paid those tie-ins then, probably would've been like $50.
If you talk to the Conservation Commission first, he might have actually built something.
Yeah.
So, that got,
Yeah, somebody put some engineering dollars into looking at putting a subdivision in there, and then next thing I know, you kept saying about the warehouse, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
somebody walked away.
there's a big market for those warehouses now, apparently.
Yeah, they're
I
all
can't imagine they get enough tenants to
I
fill
know.
them all.
They're all sitting empty, like the one in Bridgewater is still empty.
On 28.
Yeah.
One on 18.
Yeah,
That's-
there's the one in East Bridgewater, I think that's
Yeah.
sitting empty. Like, there's nobody, I don't know what.
Well, what's
they-
occupied this time? The one on Manley Street's still empty. The one, so this will be, this is empty now. What about
Oh, the one
back
down
in-
the end, yeah.
The mobile station, is
The
that,
mobile station one was,
is that fully occupied?
Yeah,
that's
that's
fully occupied
Yeah.
by some kind of like stage lighting.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, they're
Something-
theatrical. If you
yeah.
go in, they do most of the movie production, the lighting sets and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they got right away, I think, they had that place.
Yeah,
Right
they sucked
after
it
they
right up.
finished. But then, yeah, the other one further down looks nice, but they haven't got anybody in there.
Yeah, nothing's happened there.
Be interesting to heat those buildings this year. It's a big open space. They gotta keep them heated.
Yeah. After a wet sprinkler system, yeah, they gotta keep
Yeah.
heated.
No?
Or we're gonna be seeing the tanks dropping from the,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
What was that new restaurant went in on West Center Street there, the one where all the other ones kept failing out.
Yeah.
That one, the guy forever freezes up his sprinkler
I know.
system.
Yeah, 320, what's that, 320 miles an hour?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
keeps his heat too low, or?
Well, it was a wet system for years, and then they finally converted it to a dry system, but when it was wet, it would freeze up in the attic because it's an unheated space.
Yeah.
It was just it would freeze up every couple of years.
Yeah, was it Chili Heads? That was
Chili Head, and then
Yeah.
there was the chicken place in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else chased the chicken place out.
Oh,
Chili Heads, he
was-
got
it
bombed
froze up.
twice.
Yeah, a
so
few times.
He came
Yeah.
back 3 times and then he finally walked away.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Don't have Dylan, so no report from the Communications Committee,
Yeah.
him being the committee. Anything on Crescent Street, the subdivision?
No, I saw on the weekend though, his equipment showed up, so he's ready. He'll get moving. He's pretty easy to work with.
He's done enough in town.
Yeah,
knows
and he's
people.
been easy to work with.
Okay. We've been paid for anything for that yet?
No, he came in and showed me the plans and I told him, you know, what he's gonna pay. I think he's got 6 houses in the subdivision and then he's got a Form A outside of it. So in order to do his Form A, he's gonna have to wait until he runs his 16 up. So he taps that.
He's planning on doing that this winter, you think?
He might, yeah, because he's ready to go. If he got his machines there, he's ready.
Is he gonna have to get into the paved road to make?
Most
tie-in,
of
or
the
is
2
that
of
off
them are
the side
sitting
of the
right
road?
there on the edge. If he does, he'll just be cracking an edge.
Okay. Just nothing that's gonna cause us an issue with,
No, even that, the 16 is ductile, so even if he gets it with the machine, he shouldn't puncture it.
Okay. John, anything you wanna bring up specifically?
Nope. Nothing.
What do you have else for us, Wayne? I'm sure
Actually-
you got something.
No, I don't have anything. For once.
You just sign this one. I just have,
Oh, I'm sorry, I signed the front instead
it's
of the
okay.
back.
I just gave you a list of the meetings next year.
I got like 2 that get moved for holidays.
So this will get, well, 3, I think.
Whatever's in
January, second one in January, second one in February, and September. And you need to send this up to the,
It's already signed.
oh, it's already sent?
Yep.
Okay. So our next meeting is,
December 16th.
did you hear anything about the new hire?
He's here today.
Yes, it all went through. I was gonna go to that selectmen's meeting, and I had gotten the flu shot like 2 days before,
Yeah.
and I was out cold. I ended up sleeping right through, and I
Did
would've
you
had
get
to
the
leave.
enhanced flu shot or the
I don't-
lower dose?
I don't
They asked
know.
me and I'm like, no, I'll just take the low one.
I just
I
said,
didn't want to get that, but
just said, give me the flu shot. And that one's never bothered me, and it just knocked me out.
yeah.
So yeah, I went, about 10 o'clock that night, I went, yeah, I was supposed to be somewhere.
You can rest.
No, he's there. He's asking lots of questions. So.
Yep, good. Hopefully, he'll get useful really quick.
Yeah. If not, at least it's an extra body.
Well, it takes a while to learn the ropes anyways and get acclimated to what's going on around here.
Right, would you like to make a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn at 5:25.